Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech here. Currently live streaming. For some reason it's not even showing up in YouTube. We're going to be talking about some of the new features in iOS 18.5. Let's see if I did this for 18.4 or not. Oh, I did 1 month ago. Used for beta testing, and I'm going to use iOS 19. So we have quite a few new features in iOS 18.5. Quite a few. The main feature is we have new wallpapers. That's the first feature. Although we only have one new wallpaper. So this is the new Pride wallpaper that we got in 18.5. I must say, I like this one a lot better than the one that was in iOS 17, because that one looks nothing like the Pride wallpaper. It's a nice design, but it looks nothing like it at all. This wallpaper here reminds me of the Particles and the Stripes version. So we have new wallpapers that has a really nice animation. Let me just clear the notifications. Has a great animation when you swipe up. You may notice I just uploaded a YouTube short. Let me go ahead and play it for you guys. There is a new bug discovered in iOS 18.5. It's a very minor bug. And here is part of my iOS 18.5 What's New video. Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins. If you guys haven't seen it. And today Apple released iOS 18.5. The bug I wanted to mention just happened to me. You see that there is now a banner. Let me do it again in light mode so I can show my iPhone here. You see? So they did add a new banner here. However, the problem is now that banner is not working properly. This just happened, probably within an hour or two of making that video. If you look closely, you can see that the text is not in the right color for the banner. The banner itself is in dark mode, that's the setting that my iPhone was in, and the wording on the banner is the wrong color. It's black on black text. That bug just happened. Basically, I went into my back tap settings. The iPad doesn't have back tap. Went into its settings. I wanted to see if the banner would change dark to light, as it doesn't stay on the phone very long. It's like a brief second and then it just goes away. I wanted to see out of curiosity if I could get it to change. But as I did that, I got this bug, which I had no clue that would happen. The dark text on the dark mode banner. So that's one bug I'm facing. Hopefully it's resolved in a future update, as this update just got released, so I probably got to wait a week or two. But I'm hoping it resolves on its own. As far as any other features, in the Mail app, we have a hint of something in the Mail app. We have the All Mail section that's now cropped. I talked about that in my What's New video on my iPhone. Under device coverage, new interface, shows my iPad and my iPhone. They've just changed that look. There's some other features like screen time. They have an update there. If a person, say your family member, knows the screen time password and they go to enter it, you will get a notification that maybe a child in the family is entering that password. That's if you have a password set up for screen time. Then that's most likely going to be the case. Overall, this update really isn't a very huge update. It's a very, very minor update. But I mainly wanted to mention, or rather, talk about iOS 19. Let me switch wallpapers here. So I'm going to mainly mention iOS 19 and also iPadOS 19. Features I'm looking forward to. And I might mention iOS 18.6, since that's supposedly going to be in beta sometime this week. And I also might mention where we have the anniversary of my YouTube channel, Hawkins Tech. Currently have 184 in subscribers. Now that's not going to be until May 16th. The 6-month anniversary. I'm going to let the camera focus. Six-month anniversary on May 16th. I probably might do a YouTube short or just probably announce it. But when it gets to a year, or next year rather, I'm probably going to not announce it as much. It'll be my subscriber count that I'll be announcing. As I'm currently sitting at 184. But I believe we can get to 200 subscribers by Memorial Day, or maybe June 1st. Now, as far as some iOS 19 features to look forward to, all of the attention is for circular icons. It's rumored that the icons are supposed to go from the square design we currently have to a slightly more rounded, even circular design. If you guys remember iOS 7, a lot of people mentioned it on the internet. Of course, I never had an iPhone at the time. But iOS 7 brought the redesign to the color of some apps, the App Store. It brought sort of the design that we know now, where the App Store was blue and the iTunes app was purple. The music app used to look like an iPod and it was orange. Well, they changed that in iOS 7. It's a lot of mention that we can get a redesign that's similar to that sort of design, where it was groundbreaking at the time. iOS 11 sort of refined some of those apps. It took away the circle around some of them, like App Store and iTunes, and it made iOS 10 change the music color. I do know the history of iOS, but then in iOS 14, we got back the red music icon. So we got a lot of designs in iOS. And not too long ago, I made a video about iOS and its animations. Let me just turn the volume so we don't get no copyrighted music. iOS has always been known for its wonderful and smooth animations. And in iOS 19, it's rumored that we could get some different animations. In this video, I want to talk about some of the animations that we can see in iOS 19. Skip ahead here. Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech. And this is iOS 19 animation update. Supposed to get a massive redesign. Interesting and all. So we could see those type of changes. A lot of the key elements were pointed out to the Apple Sports app. Here. And then close. How we would typically swipe out of an application to close, it would be a swipe down gesture. I'm going to be honest, I do not like maybe having the line that's used to swipe out of an app be at the top. I prefer the swipe up gesture. But I would definitely like for them to change the icons. I would love circular icons. These icons have kind of looked the same for years. And I would like to maybe have circular icons in iOS 19. And I would definitely like to have more Siri voices. And also that new Siri UI that's only for Apple Intelligence. I would like to see that for older iPhones as well. Not the Apple Intelligence that comes with it. As I know, The hardware on most older devices, even this iPad Air 4th generation, wouldn't be able to keep up with Apple Intelligence, but at least the new UI, where it goes across the entire edge of the display, I would just like to see that brought to older devices. That would be good enough for me. And maybe having more voices.
The colors of the sky. 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 The colors of the. The colors of. The colors of. The colors of the sky. The colors of the sky.
Hopefully have more voices in iOS 19. Along with customization to the home screen and many other features. Not going to make this live stream as long as my other ones. I might definitely do a live stream after WWDC next month. I'm for sure going to have a live stream after that event. As iOS 19 is going to be the main focus, but it won't be just iOS 19 I mention. I'm going to mention macOS, watchOS, iPadOS, and all the features that are being announced. There are some specific iPad rumors where we're supposed to get sort of a Mac-like interface, but they've been saying that for many years. But if we plug the iPad into an external monitor or hook up a keyboard, it will make the dock on the iPad feel more and look more like the Mac. Those were some of the leaks and rumors for iOS 19. watchOS 12, on the other hand, is also supposed to get some of the visionOS redesign. macOS 16, which is supposed to be released also, we haven't heard a name for or what's going to be new in it. But I'm sure macOS will carry some of the icon customization. Hopefully, in macOS, it lets you put some icons on the wallpaper instead of having to go to the launch pad and accessing all of your apps like the app drawer on Android. Hopefully, if you can't already, it lets you put apps onto the home screen. macOS already has a ton of wallpapers. Now, we were supposed to get more wallpapers aside of the new Pride wallpaper. We were supposed to get more wallpapers. Although we haven't gotten those yet. We could see them in iOS 18.6, which is supposed to release in a beta, probably either tomorrow or Wednesday. And when it is in beta, while I won't be installing it, I will have a video out talking about some of the new changes, but I wouldn't expect anything major, as the updates that are in iOS 18, they're going to be pretty minor from here on out, as iOS 19 is the main focus on June 9th. Not going to make this live stream too long. I wanted to mention some of the features in iOS 18.5. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream. I know it's not as long as my other ones. I just wanted to make this since I haven't been live in a little while. I've been putting out a lot of videos, but I have not been live in at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks to a month. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, or live stream rather. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I'll see you guys in the next video.